Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to Dr. Kim's Going Live. Dr. Kim, do you have an announcement to make today? What would
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been contacting us about the new book, Eli's Best Friend, the kids' book, wanting it for Christmas and stuff. There's just been some production problems with apparently a lot of books now, but our publisher, Book Baby, has a store, so you can find it there. Same price as Amazon or anywhere else. It's store.bookbaby.com/book Eli's dash best dash friend. We can put that in the notes so you can have it, but you can get it there and they can get it to you just as quick as Amazon can until Amazon gets it back in stock. Good news, it's sold out. Bad news is they're having trouble getting it back in stock.
It's a great book. I'm so excited to get it. So last week we discussed what to do for awesome marriage tips you can do to just kind of help you with the holidays. And this week we're going to be discussing tips on how to survive the holidays. And I know that the holidays can be really challenging for a lot of people. So Dr. Kim, our first tip is acknowledge your feelings. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think so. I think sometimes we just kind of avoid it because it's uncomfortable and we want, we see all this picture, holidays should be happy. And so then we just don't deal with it. We stuff it down. And then at some point over the holidays, it seems to erupt. I've got some families. I had one family that came in every year. The only time it came in was before the holidays because they were not good. And so I wanted to get some things in place. So if you're seeing a counselor, talk to them about it because I think, we put so much on the holidays. They're supposed to be perfect and everything. And if you can just be realistic and just try to go with the flow, not put too high expectations on yourself or others, it makes a real different. And some people do better at the holidays than others. For some of you, it's going to be a rough holiday. Maybe you've had a family loss this year, or maybe there's been a divorce, maybe there's something else like that. And so how are you going to handle that? I think especially families who've had a loss, it's really good to set aside some time over the holidays to sit down and just talk about that person, share funny stories, look at pictures, and then you don't have that hanging over you. And you can say, okay, we'll do that again next year. That'll be part of our tradition is continue to do that. But then you can kind of move on and enjoy the rest of the holidays and still feel like you honored that person that you feel the loss of for this year.
I love that. That's good. And then on our second list, we have family boundaries. And we kind of discussed this a little bit last week, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth in it today. What do you think about family boundaries?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think there's a lot of families that probably need to set that. And if you are setting up, I think the thing to remember with boundaries is it is not punishment of someone. It is trying to make things healthier. So if you have a family member that you feel like you need to set some boundaries with, communicate those clearly to them ahead of time. They may or may not follow them. And sometimes over the holidays, usually there's a consequence for not following boundaries. That's up to you whether you put one there or not. It may be just you getting out of the situation for a while, taking a breath, take a walk, go in a different room for a little bit, and then kind of pray and come back. But putting some parameters around things that have not gone well in the past or people that are uncomfortable can really make a difference for you. At least you're doing something and not just dreading it the whole time.
Yeah, I think that's important. Everyone has one family member that for some reason just cannot follow boundaries and they just want to do whatever they want to do all holiday. And then you're the one who usually pays the price. So I love that. Just take a deep breath, go outside, go on a walk, just get away for a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're thinking there's nobody like that in our family, it's probably because you're that person.
So, okay, so on the number 3, we have finances.
Going into debt over the holidays, I know we can all get carried away and we want to be generous and all that kind of stuff, but you don't want a credit card bill in January, February that's just going to knock the heck out of you. So it's good to have your budget ahead of time. We always know we can pay, we're not going to have a debt in January or February. And some years, the gifts were pretty lean and some years they were nicer, but I think don't go into debt over the holidays because then it just starts out the new year with something just hanging over you. And you can be creative. I had a family one year and they did coupons for all their family members, like the new brother and sister-in-law that had a new baby. They gave a coupon for babysitting one night a month for a full year. The grandmother who lived alone was to be taken out to dinner once a month for the next year. So you can be creative with some stuff like that too.
Yeah. Those are great gifts. I would absolutely accept them.
Absolutely. And they're kind of gifts that, that you just, somebody benefits from that the whole year.
Yeah, I love that. All right. So number 4, we have schedule some downtime.
Yeah, I think everybody, we all say we're busy, but I think at the holidays, it's like you can just kind of see it in people's faces and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Setting aside some time just to relax, just the two of you, you and your spouse, or maybe your family, where you just hang out. Maybe you just have a night where you're just kind of, when Nancy and I love to watch, just sit and watch our Christmas tree quietly, put some
I love
Christmas
that.
music on, and just build some of those times in that, and that helps balance out some of the hecticness that sometimes it's just unavoidable if you've got family
Yeah.
holiday season.
Yeah, and I agree. It's so important to spend that one-on-one time with our spouse because we're all over the place. We're trying to make everyone happy, and we've got to remember to spend that time with our spouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
So number 5, we have don't abandon healthy habits.
Yeah, it's hard not to eat a little too much or whatever the holidays, but try to balance it. Try to keep exercising if you're exercising. We always in January at the gym, we always would see all the new people that came in or came back that hadn't been, and we put bets on how long they would last. Because they ate too much over the holidays, drank too much, and now they're trying to get in shape, and that gets frustrating too. Try to stay. Don't use alcohol as an escape.
Yeah.
Just because that can lead to depression, other things. Try to get rest. I know some people. I've talked to people that we stayed up wrapping presents all night long. Well, try to space that out so you don't end up having to do everything all at once, and just trying to do things that are gonna keep you healthy through the holidays. It's gonna
Yeah.
help you deal with things much, much better. Good sleep, rest, exercise. They trump everything else.
Oh, definitely. And I am definitely one of those people that wraps all the gifts the night before, and it is not fun. I will not be doing that again this year. I'm going to hopefully start at least a few weeks out in advance so I don't get, stressed out and tired and then I don't enjoy the next day. So that's
Exactly.
definitely on my list this year.
Exactly. And as parents have young kids and you got to put things together,
Oh,
put them together early. And, when I would try to do it late Christmas Eve night, there was always something that didn't fit right, or I didn't have the right tool or something like that. And it was just
and then
frustrating.
you're
I get Brandon,
stressed.
his wife woke up about 5:30 on Christmas morning and he was not in bed. And so he'd been putting up the kids' toys. So he was asleep in the hockey net that he had built. We got to get out of here before the kids get up.
That's really cute.
It was funny.
Yeah. And nothing's open Christmas Eve. Everything's closed.
Oh,
Yeah, we
you
have to
bet.
we have
You're
to do that stuff before.
you are out of luck.
So practice acceptance and forgiveness. I think that people forget about this a lot over the holidays.
Yeah, I think too, forgiving, it's a great time we celebrate that God sent Jesus. He redeemed us of our sins. We're forgiven. Pass that on to other people, maybe in people that have been hard. Start praying for God to help you forgive those people and just embrace people,
Yeah.
as they are. There's people that are harder to love than others, sure. But if we can it doesn't mean you have to spend all the time with them, but just accept them as they are. And it just makes it nicer for everybody, I think.
It definitely does. And that's exactly what Jesus would want us to do.
Yes.
And then, so the last one on our list is delegate. And I know for my family personally, delegating does not come, it's very rare. They don't like to delegate, they like to do everything themselves. What do you think about delegating?
I've seen some people that just want to do it all themselves, and they just seem like once it's done, they just don't enjoy things as much.
No.
And maybe some people do, but delegating, we do that. We do like Thanksgiving, we'll do the turkey and dressing. That's usually that, probably mashed potatoes. Somebody bring dessert, somebody bring sides, those kind of things. So we kind of try to and let everybody do a little bit of it,
Yeah,
and I think it lets everybody be a part
I agree.
and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's good. It helps. It kind of spreads it around, and maybe it helps more fun. Next, I'd love to cook together. So that's something we really look forward to doing, especially Thanksgiving. Uh, but if we were doing everything, it becomes a long day, the
I
day
mean,
before or that morning.
yeah, it's like it takes like 2 full days if you're cooking everything by yourself for
Yeah.
a big family. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
And pumpkin pie with real whipped cream, without
That's
a doubt.
my favorite, hands
It's,
down. That's the best dessert for Thanksgiving. What about Christmas?
I love pumpkin pie. I mean, it's really my favorite. Nancy, also, we've had she makes a chocolate cake that's really good that has this really good fudge icing on it.
Yeah.
And so, but I think, just for the holidays, pumpkin pie is my favorite. I try, I'm just a pumpkin freak, I guess. As soon as, I know that the coffee shops are going to have October 1st, at least you're going to have start pumpkin stuff. And so
Yeah, I love it too.
I'm in line. I'm ready
Me too.
for all of it. I'll try them all.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunately all the time that we have for today. If you guys are looking for Eli's book, we're going to add the link below after this. And we hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And we will see you again next week.
Have a great week.